I guess the best watchword for the outlook of the industry in this sort of tariff and trade situation we're in right now is uncertainty and risk. It's trying to navigate those waters if I'm a supplier and I'm an automaker, and understanding my supply chain and where my parts are coming from and where those downstream parts are coming from are going to be ultra critical now in these days as we're trying to navigate where those tariffs might be levied and for how long, and where we may want to modify our supply chains going forward. Our baseline expectation is NAFTA will remain intact, with some modifications. This is an industry that has been forged over the last 23, 24 years on borderless trade within the NAFTA region, and supply chains have been built accordingly under that supposition. And so that's going to be very difficult to dislodge those supply chains on a dime or overnight. As we're currently expecting, and again, our base case scenario is NAFTA will remain intact, but it's going to be incumbent on both automakers and suppliers to be thinking about scenarios and to be thinking about flexibility within their own manufacturing operation and within their broader supply chain. Yeah, when we think about tariffs as a whole, when we think about Section 232 tariffs on vehicle imports to the U.S. or on auto part imports to the U.S., that certainly is a big topic right now on the minds of both automakers and suppliers alike. And that's probably where the most risk is, to be honest, when we think about the impact of vehicle demand and really the impact on vehicle pricing more than anything. Section 301 tariffs that are currently in play right now on Chinese imports are certainly in the news a lot as of late, and are forcing some automakers and suppliers to think about, again, that supply chain strategy in the China market and in the broader global market as well, to try to adjust and sort of shift on the fly. The watchword for that is really going to be scenarios, planning. It all comes down to planning. So we all have base case scenarios, base case settings that we work from and we execute on. That takes us into our business plan over the next 12 months, 18 months, 2 years. It's really going to be coming down to creating some alternative scenarios to think about what might happen and how best to either structure your supply chain, structure your investments going forward to adjust and again, accommodate those changes as they start coming down the pike. That's where I do think IHS Markit can help in that process. We have alternative scenarios we provide to clients of all types to help them understand, okay, in a base case scenario, this is what the most likely case would be. But if something were to happen and if volumes were to change, here's how you may want to course correct and try to respond to those different changes.